I want to tell you about what I did today. What absolutely blew my mind. And I want to tell you some other things as well. But before I would begin, I want to always thank you. Thank you for being a part of this, for being a part of our show. Thank you, CJ Lars. I believe I'm saying this correctly. Thank you for your membership status. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your thoughts. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for joining us, for being able to handle sometimes my impertinence. Sometimes I have absolutely no sense of tolerance for everybody. I apologize for that. I expect complete and total understanding and excellence on the part of everyone. And 99.999% of the time I get it, but sometimes I'll see things and I get frustrated. I'm thinking to myself, you don't understand it. You don't understand it. So thank you for that. Thank you for listening to my lunacy sometimes. Thank you for this. Make sure you understand what's also going on, which I'm very, very proud of. I want you to make a part of this. I want you to think about this very, very carefully. On February 3rd, I want to meet you. If you've ever thought about coming to New York, if you're in the area, I'm going to be at the cutting room. This is the premiere, the storied cutting room. This is where one night Dave Chappelle came in after me to do his thing. It's one of the best venues there is because it allows me the chance to speak to you intimately. And anyway, this is the information. This is the information, and you can get all of it by going to my regular, information section, the comment section, and to get that, because I would really very much love to see you be a part of this thing that we do. And I mean that sincerely, and I thank you for that. I want to tell you what I did today, which is one of the strangest things. And this is not meant in any way to lead up to what I'm about to tell you, but it's pretty interesting. Mrs. L and I decided we like this one particular type of coffee. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's I hate to say it, but it is a Starbucks brand. And this one particular type of coffee I like. It's one kind. It's the best. It tastes the best. I just love it. And we go to these things all the time, and we end up, we go to this store or that store, and these pods, they cost. I mean, God, it's like, plus it's New York prices, and it's ridiculous. We get 10, 5, or $30. Like, what is this? What is this? I mean, buying Coke is cheaper than this. So we said, I saw something the other day was interesting. I said, there's this Costco thing, and I haven't been to a Costco in, I think, 30 years ago, maybe 30 years ago. I remember when it kind of just opened up. I'd never been back. I thought, wow. I drive by one all the time. I thought, well, you know what? Let's go, because they have these. I mean, we got like a 72 pack. They have a 90 something pack. I mean, I almost wept. I almost wept. Look at this. Dear God, 70. Oh my God. And you really save a bundle. So I went in, and as you know me by now, sometimes I can do something which seems seemingly innocuous, seemingly kind of like, oh well, what's the big deal? But it will be this religious moment. I will see God in something. I'll go to a state fair, or I'll wait. They used to have these places when Mrs. Elwood, we go into TJ Maxx. I always go to the. We'll never go there. I always go to the furniture section. I sit there in the asshole chair, as we call them, with all the husbands, and we just sit there and we watch. Anyway, and I observe and I learn something. My dear patriot friend, my friend, Costco today blew me away. I've never been in one like that. I've driven by it, have not been in one in 30 years. Holy, oh my God. Unbelievable. I could not believe what I was seeing. Everything. First of all, everybody fat, levels of obesity, the likes of which. But as I sat there and watched so many things, bottled water, paper towels, bottled water, paper towels, toilet paper, paper towels, paper towels, paper towels, paper towels. Paper towels. You would think this country loves paper towels. There is no size, no palette, no anything that would be too big for people to enjoy. My God, it was just unbelievable. I could not believe what I was seeing. Could not. And going down the list, going into the produce, going into the the meat section, the meat. I mean, I want to go during the week and just go aisle by aisle just to look at. I mean, God, the gas, the gasoline, the gas station they've got there. They're waiting. I don't know how much cheaper it is, but they're waiting in piles deep. There's a liquor store, tires. I mean, I'm sorry. I can't. And it made me think of something. Years ago, growing up in Florida, we had these friends. And I grew up with so many friends of mine from Cuba. And I really learned my perspective on liberty and democracy from my Cuban friends, specifically their fathers and abuelos and grandfathers. Because they came and they basically took their land. Castro took their land, their property. That is what Gaza, Palestine, it's about land. It's not about religion, but it's not about land. It's about ownership. It's about human rights. It's about humanity. It's about who owns it. It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. All right. So I remember years ago there was this case where this fellow, after Castro had allowed there to be this temporary departure, so to speak, there was this guy who they took his grandfather, who had been who lived in Cuba his whole life, never been to the United States, used to hoard potatoes, and they never had a chicken. They were in great shape because they didn't eat meat. Sorry. So anyway, make a long story short, as I was looking at this thing and as I was paying attention to this, I remember that when he went to this store, he walked in and he almost had a heart attack because he couldn't believe what was there. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. He wept, and they were very afraid, very, very, very afraid. They took him aside and took him away, and they took him in the car, and he couldn't believe. And today, when I was looking at this, and I'm looking at all this food and all this stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, we are so lucky. This is unbelievable. This is just one. This guy, the joke was when they put him in the car, and when they asked him to if he was okay and everything, he said, "You're so lucky to live in a city," and it was like an Albertson or something. It wasn't even a big store then, but he says, "You're so lucky to live in this store." And they said, "No, no, Grandpa, no, you don't understand it. That's just one. Look, there's another one here." And I was thinking about this today. How lucky we are. Why did we get, and I don't even know if this would work. You think France would want this? You think Parisians would want a Costco? Everything we have is big, big. You think they want paper towels and coffee by the coffee mate, a 5 pound? It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And by the way, potatoes do not make you fat, Dana. On the contrary. That is one of the greatest forms of food. Potatoes are wonderful. It's not starch. That's the thing which you don't understand. That's the part which I do not understand. And so as we speak right now, there are parts in Gaza, There are parts elsewhere where people are just hanging on. They don't know what to do. There is nothing. They are freaked out. There are parts of the world where there is I mean, to make it through where there's water and everything, nothing. And we have been blessed. Why? What do you think it is? What makes us like this? Why are we able to handle this? Why? Have you seen this? It's absolutely incredible. Does meat make you fat? Saturated fats, Dana? Saturated fats? Saturated fat in meat? We'll talk about that. I know you. I used to believe in that keto stuff. I used to believe in it. I swear to God. We lose a lot of money. I don't want to get into it, but just want to tell you something. If you can do yourself a favor, believe me, the meat stuff, follow what the Asians do, follow what the Okinawans do, follow the people who live the longest in the world. The first thing they get rid of is meat. Don't want to jump into that subject, but I can't sit back and I can't let good people like you persist with this idea that meat is good for you. We shouldn't be eating it. And I know that's another story too. People go crazy with that. They go, no, we're carnivores. No, we're not. Absolutely not. Look at the intestinal tract, by the way. The intestinal tract. People, pure meat eaters, have very short because of the necrosis, not necrosis, the putrefaction that's involved. But when you eat vegetables, you have very, very long, winding intestinal tracts. We can go on to that. I know that's a religion, and I know people have this thing about potatoes are starch, and they believe that. They believe this stuff, starch and gluten and okay, whatever it is. But no. But anyway, I thought to myself, and none of those people that I saw today, none of those people, believe me, none of them had anything to do. They did not know at all about Gaza or anything. Nothing. All they wanted was their 50,000 units of water and the liters and paper towels, and that's it. We are so lucky. And then I thought to myself, what happens if something goes wrong? What happens if all of this shuts down? What would these people do if all of a sudden they had to fend for themselves? Let's say there's some kind of a supply chain error. Something, I don't know what, war, maybe not here, civil unrest, malware, whatever. What would happen? Think about that with this. Patriot, the world at every level and facet is in peril. Everything has changed. The Great Reset is here. Just look around you. You must become more self-reliant and sufficient and secure the future for your family. Act today with My Patriot Supply. My Patriot Supply is the country's largest preparedness company, and it's more than equipped to stock your shelf. Their best-selling 3-month emergency food kit provides delicious breakfast, lunches, and dinners that last up to 25 years in storage. And right now, listen carefully, it's $200 off. That's right. Get over 2,000 calories every day. Just add water and heat, then eat. Make sure every member of your family has a 3-month food kit from My Patriot Supply. Go right now to my special website at preparewithlionel.com, preparewithlionel.com for $200 in savings. Be sure to order by 3 p.m. for free same-day shipping. It's best to have emergency food and not need it than to need it and not have it. Take $200 off right now at preparewithlionel.com, preparewithlionel.com. Write this down, commit it to memory, preparewithlionel.com. Right now, my friends, as we look at the rest of the world completely imploding, people are wondering right now, is this thing going to get any better? Well, I don't really know about this. And I will tell you the reason why, which is a very, very interesting reason. It's because they enjoy the cacophony. They enjoy the problem. Eric Thaddeus Walters says, eyes on the Vatican. Bergoglio, that's the Pope, suspended Wednesday general audiences, though continues meetings with global potentates impending globetrotting. Theological beliefs irrelevant. Geopolitics imbalance. Pray tell, Eric, why would he be Why? Why would he be doing this? Why, in the name of God, would he be doing this? Why would be and why? Incredible. I missed one back here. Somebody says, Nancy, Amy says, it is hard to send a message today. Could you go back to legal analyses? Your show was the best then. Well, if something comes up, oh, I got a legal analysis for you. You're going to love this one. You're going to love this one. And I'm going to do one in a private video. But this one really drove me crazy. There was a story of a woman. Did you hear the woman who was arrested for basically making a lot of noise when she masturbated on a beach with a vibrator? Did you see this one? What do you mean you didn't see this one? You didn't see this story? She apparently, this is a very important story. And I read it, and it's the lawyer in me that came in. I said, wait a minute, what is she charged with doing? And she apparently, they said, well, she was apparently masturbating, onanism. She was self-pleasuring on a beach or something, and she had a, yeah, here we go. It's a story. This is August 27th, 2021. This is a little old, but I found it today. I didn't even check the date, but I mean, I love the story. She was arrested for masturbating with a vibrator on a Georgia beach. Could that be? It was in the Daily Mail. Could that be? I thought this was a great. I didn't even check the date, but it's a good story. But if you want legal analysis, you're going to love this one. I think this is fantastic. Where is this? Here we go. Yeah. This is Christina. This is 2021. Okay, 2021. Okay, fine. Okay. So here's my question. You ready for this? You want legal analysis? Let me give you a legal analysis. Let's start with this. A woman on, and please, I hope there's no children watching, but this is true. She's on a beach. She's masturbating with a vibrator, some type of an appliance on the vulvar area, perivulvar area. And I guess Eric, I'm sorry, but she's screaming and yelling and whatever. I guess, maybe. Maybe she is. Maybe you can see whatever it is. Question is, what is she charged with? What do you charge her? Well, here's what they charged her with. First one was disorderly conduct, and the second one was public indecency. Now, what do I always tell you? What do I always tell you when you hear about a case? I'm glad you brought this up, by the way. What do I always tell you when you charge something? You get a speeding ticket, you're charged. Read the statute. Read the statute. Read the statute. Read the statute. What do you charge me with? Let me read the statute. Okay? Listen to this first one. Let's start with our friends here. Let's start with this one. Let's start with disorderly conduct. A person commits the offense of disorderly conduct when such person commits any of the following. 1, acts in a violent or tumultuous manner toward another person whereby such person is placed in reasonable fear of safety. No, that's not it. Number 2, acts in a violent or tumultuous manner toward any person whereby the property of such person is placed in danger of being damaged. Or no. 3, without provocation, uses to or another person in such other person's presence opprobrious or abusive words in which by their very utterance tend to incite to an immediate breach of the peace. That is to say, words which would be called, fighting words and the like. Or without provocation, uses obscene and vulgar or profane language in the presence of or by telephone to a person under the age of 14, which threatens to immediate breach of the peace. None of that. Nope. So there goes that. But listen to this one. Public indecency. This is in Georgia. A person commits public indecency when he or she performs any of the following acts in a public place. Number 1, an act of sexual intercourse. Nope. Number 2, a lewd exposure of the sexual organs. Okay. Hang on to that one. Number 3, a lewd appearance in a state of partial or complete nudity. A lewd appearance in a state of partial or complete nudity. Need more of the facts. I don't even know how nudity is even defined. If she was doing this without removing clothing or. Number 4, a lewd caress or indecent fondling of the body of another person. Okay, what is it? Now, here's a question. Sexual organs. Lady and ladies, how do you expose your sexual organs in public? Please, please, please. Anybody? How do you expose sexual organs? I know we'll get to the story, but you want a legal analysis. I'm going to give you one. And this is in the Daily Mail. Telling people are going crazy. How do you ladies expose your sexual organs? Come on. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Come on. Let's go. Go quick, quick. This is easy. How do you expose your sexual organs? Nancy says you don't. Nancy's right. Why is Nancy right? You ever do in private what you wouldn't do in public? Wrong. How does a woman read the statute? No. If you were to, I'm sorry, look at this. Rash of priests arrested for publicly wanking intentionally on beaches in front of minors this summer in Europe. Oh my God. Wanking? Expose or remove clothing? No. Where's a woman's sexual organs? They're internal. Hillbilly says they're inside. That's correct. They're internal. Unless you want to use a speculum. Unless you want to use a speculum, you can't. I can't see. And by the way, we had a case in Florida with this years ago. Exactly. Woman was in the backyard. Somebody saw her. They could see this was before. This is a long time ago. Before Brazilian waxes, you could see pubic hair, mons pubis or whatever. But that's fine from that. Those weren't. That's not a sexual organ. They're internal. They're internal. And what most people do is they will always refer to the external vulva as the vagina, and that's wrong. The vagina is internal. This is the birth canal. The introitus, whatever it is, wrong. So you cannot, I'm sorry, that's not, no. And plus it has to be seen, has to be in a place where people can see it. So what I just showed you right now was the way I think as a lawyer. I don't care what you do. Read the statute. Did you do it? Nope, you didn't do it. That's all right. Charge it with something else. You didn't do that. You didn't do this. Okay? I told this famous case years ago. I had this somebody told me there was a statute that said throwing broken glass. It was a stupid city ordinance. I don't know why they did it. Throwing broken glass. I don't know who wrote this. I have no idea what it was about. But it spoke to, and I said the bottle that was thrown was intact before it hit the ground. Dismissed. That's the way to think. Okay. Okay. And by the way, people are talking about clitoral references. No, that's not it. And by the way, you couldn't see that because one of the aspects of lewd and lascivious is that you've got to be able to see it. And you could talk about the various accoutrements, so to speak, the interstitial, the abecedarian physiognomy of the vulva, from the labia to the prepuce, in essence. You can even those are not sexual organs. None. They don't exist. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. You feel better now? Good. Okay. How many of you find people believe that we are on the precipice of something very, very serious happening? Very, very, very serious happening. In terms of hate and in terms of violence and what we're going to be seeing on the streets and in our cities. How many of you, dear friends, are ready for this and are scared out of your mind? Very, very simply, let me ask you a question. Very simple question. Listen to me carefully. Do you ever think, listen to me, please, just answer my question. Do you believe that we are able, suspect, to a crystal knocked, a form of a pogrom in this country against either Palestinians or Jews? Yes or no? Do you believe that? Do you believe? Do you believe? Do you believe? Do we have people? We have the people wearing that was a kafia, whatever that particular Palestinian garb is. They're being shot at. They're getting beaten. We have here at Time Warner Center. We have with this big people. They were locked inside like Williams Sonoma and locked inside Boss and locked inside Whole Foods to keep these marauding paid agent provocateurs from doing this. Let me tell you something. Everything that happened in Germany, they and I get Austria and Bavaria confused, but the area they gave us everything from Freud to Goethe to Mozart to uh Beethoven. I mean, this was a very heightened in terms of culture group of people. And look what happened there. We can go back like that. I was watching something tonight, my friends, which is very interesting. I was watching. I cannot impress upon you enough to please watch, please, dear friends, watch Lex Friedman. He's fantastic. Lex Friedman, wonderful. And one of the interviews I was watching, which I liked very, very much, was with a fellow by the name of Jeremy Suri. And he was dealing with the Civil War, slavery, freedom, democracy, blah, 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 blah. It was a civil war about slavery. Wonderful, wonderful. And it provides a degree of triangulation. It gives you a lot of things to think about because we've always talked about this. And you can ask yourself, was the Civil War about slavery? The answer is no. Was Lincoln against slavery? Yeah, sort of, but not really. Yeah, well, yes, but why? Why? And I heard something which I had never thought before. It was a unique take, and Suri's take was simply this: Lincoln was not exactly a member of the Gilded era, folks. He wasn't a member of the cognoscenti or anything along those lines. This was a guy who was just a regular kind of schmo, just a regular schmo. Okay. And one of the things that he and a lot of other people did not like that slavery provided was the fact that it cut into employment and money and opportunities that he would have had were it not for free, I'm sorry, slave labor. A lot of people said, wait a minute. Now, granted, you're going to say Lincoln wanted to pick cotton. We're not talking about this. There was something that was antithetical to the working man, to people who, to have passels, groups of people coming in who basically are moving individuals out of, who said Lex is boring? How dare you? He may be boring. His guests are not boring. Oh, Lex Friedman is, when he speaks, I mean, it's like death. Lex Friedman could individually reverse teen pregnancy by explaining in detail the sex act. Nobody would want to do it after you got done. And then, after tumescence, the corpus cavernosa become engorged through an extravasation and consanguineous perfusion along the glands, causing erectile. Forget it. Not interested. Okay? But, but. The guests are important. Silver Fox says it was primarily about states' rights. No. No. Yeah, so long as states' rights are about slavery. But the answer is it's everything. It's everything. It's everything. You can't, it's everything, dear friend. It's everything. I can't explain it to you. It's one of those things. So here's what I ask you about. In one word, what is Israel, Palestine, Gaza? What's it about? One word. One word. One word. One word. What is it? Come on, tell me. Tell me. What is it about? And what is your government doing to lift a finger to stop and interrupt domestic terrorism? Nothing. Look at what's that. They're going to bring it here. You don't think Americans can get kidnapped here? People get kidnapped all the time from Americans. You don't think Gazans, you think Hamas can kidnap an American? You don't think that's possible? Why wouldn't they want to kidnap us? What is it about? What's it about? It's land. It's simple. There's nothing to it. It's not about religion, not about control, not about oil. There's no oil in Israel. Nothing. It's about land. It's about land. It's about you came and you took my stuff and that's mine and I was here first and how dare you do this and you're not going to do it. And it's as simple as that. There is nothing deeper. You can call it whatever you want. You can say, yeah, but they're Jews and they're Muslim. Yeah, okay. That's not it. It's the way it happened. And my friends, I can't explain it to you any clearer than that. Please understand it. Please grasp what I am saying. Please grasp, dear friends, what I am saying. I can't say this enough. Think about that carefully. Hang on one second. Because it's time right now for you also to think about something equally as important, and that is the notion of money, investments, and gold. Dark clouds are gathering as markets shudder. Stocks are sinking, currency stumbling, fear and uncertainty reign. The Middle East, Ukraine, Taiwan, the debt, it's endless. Yet one asset stands firm: gold. In crisis after crisis, gold is there in the background. Its enduring value guards against loss, like a missile shield against incoming. While paper wealth burns, gold persists. Shield your savings against looming threats, war, recession, contagion, and avoid the frenzied panic of the unprepared. Take control in the chaos. Fortune favors decisive action. Get hold of gold now before it's out of reach. And right now, Noble Gold Investments offers a free 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin with every new IRA. Claim your free coin today to secure your financial future. As this new storm gathers, panic looms. And some of the places you were thinking of for your money, well, they don't look so clever anymore. Secure your future against disaster now. Open a Noble Gold Investments IRA and claim your free bullion coin today. Go to LionelNationGold.com. That's LionelNationGold.com. LionelNationGold.com, the only gold company I trust. And remember, there's always a risk of investment and there's no guarantee of any kind. That's right, my friends. Think about that very, very carefully. Think about that carefully, what I just told you right now. Now, let me tell you, there's also some other things going on that we need to discuss, and that is that before you know it, there is going to be domestic terrorism on this country, on our land, like you have never seen. The likes of which, my friend, you have never seen. The likes of which you have never seen. Do you understand what I'm saying? Good. Good. Because let me tell you something. Let me see if I can explain this to you. I'm not one who believes in this nonsense about let's just scare everybody. Let's just yell the sky is falling and then, that kind of thing, all right? Let's just be one of these people. That's not me. I'm not going to be the Cassandra. It's not my focus. But I will tell you is this. What you're going to see in the immediate future is so frightening, so horrible, so scary, so monumentally scary. You're going to see rioting here in this country. You're going to see unrest. You are going to see things that are they're going to blow your mind. And you will be surprised. Here in New York, we have 2,500 cops that just took off. You're going to see cops and police and others who were unprotected, unfunded, unsupported, and you're going to see a level of violence on our streets, the likes of which you have not seen. You're going to see calls for a new and robust Second Amendment. And I advocate this: militias, private citizen groups to protect and defend our country from the marauding horrors of individuals who want to hurt and destroy and upend our civilization. Now, that's not, I'm not trying to be, that's exactly the truth. Believe me when I'm telling you this. You're about to see something that will blow your mind. And you're going to see folks who are going to say, what do we need to do? You're going to see gun sales go through the roof. You're going to see a re-embracing of the Second Amendment. You're also going to be seeing more and more of a clampdown on people trying to fight back. And that's why it's so critical that, as impossible as it will be, Donald Trump is the only guy who can lead us from this horror. He's the only one. Period. Period. And he won't be allowed to win. They're going to hand it to Gavin Newsom because he's going to bamboozle him with a bunch of bullshit about abortion and climate change, and we don't want more of this violence, and January 6th. And a lot of people are going to say, you know what, this guy seems nice, and he's a nice looking guy, his family's nice, white blood. Well, okay, you know what, I kind of, he doesn't seem that bad, but that Trump, and there's going to be more of those, and they may not even have to pull the election, but listen to me. If they have to, they'll steal it again legally. They will steal it again legally. And let me also tell you, if you think that all of the speaking of bullshit that happened during COVID, if you think that's going away, if you think all those crazy eugenicists and the like, well, let me tell you something. If you think that you're getting pushback on super chat stuff, not being able to say things, try still going after vaccines, vaccine safety, COVID. That is still, don't be fooled by this plethora, this deluge of Substack articles and people coming out of the woodwork telling you how everything, boy, look at this, and Pfizer did this, and Pfizer got, don't, no. Because that's just the beginning. Because believe me, it's more than just vaccines. It's more than just masks. It's more than just COVID. It's about the ultimate control, biomedical tyranny, biomedical martial law, and they are not going to let that go away. Do you hear what I'm saying? So if you think this is why I do private channel stuff. I can't. You'll get clobbered, not just here, but everywhere. They don't want to hear this. And plus, there's a cacophony of this. I don't think people really recognize. Go, yeah. Pfizer, yeah. Myocarditis, yeah. Blood clot, yeah. It's just people can't handle this because they're too busy at Costco buying 400 packs of toilet paper. In any event, you're going to be seeing coordinated BLM, Antifa-like carnage in our streets, and I'm telling you, it's going to freak you out. You are not going to recognize this country. We're going to be at war. Domestic terror, shock troops, and you won't know what hit you. You will not recognize. And the timing of this, probably not until after the elections. Because remember, anything that looks like a complete and total breakdown of order inures to the benefit of Republicans. That's always been a Republican mainstay. Law and order, that sort of stuff. And we all know this, all right? This is important. Lionel, I think their time is up. There was another world birth. There's another. I like this. Let me read this. I think the time is up. There's another word, birthing, as you speak. All the garbage gone to the biggest hit in the sky or whatever. But stuff we will go through. It won't be pretty. I don't know what that means, but I like it. I like your style. I like that. I like the lyricism. By the way, here's the voice of reason. Liz Solak says, now they are finally concerned about the long-term effects of the COVID vaccine. Yes, absolutely. Now they are for the first time. But don't think anything's going to happen. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen to Fauci. Rand Paul can talk till the day is long. Nothing's going to happen. And the next time they're going to have another one, it's not going to be called COVID. It's going to be called something else. And they know exactly what buttons to push. They know exactly what to do. They know exactly how to roll it out. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. And not only that, the people that I know who love this, they want to wear their mask and get their button and have their little thumbnail and their on Facebook. Stay home, save lives. I got mine. I got my booster. You know what the booster numbers? It's like 2% or something. Now let me remind you of something. Please do not think there was no COVID. Please don't think there was no SARS-CoV-2. Please don't think that there were people who died. Absolutely. And you can say maybe it was in the first tranche, it was in the first episode, maybe they had comorbidity, maybe they were old. You can say whatever you want. But do not think for a moment this was just some make believe thing. It was not. However, shut down the world for that. Speaking of saturated fat and heart attack, there's about 700,000 deaths every year. 700,000 from coronary incidents that could be prepared or could be prevented through lifestyle and dietary changes. 750,000 just for heart. Just for heart. We're not talking Alzheimer's or cancer or anything. There's heart. So don't give not COVID had nothing even near that. Heart disease. Heart disease. I mean, so, and by the way, remember, I want you to let me be in charge of the data. That's all. Understand this? Okay, my friends. You have a great and great, 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 glorious day. Let me tell you a couple of things here, too. I want you, this means so much to me. Mrs. L has, you won't believe what the stuff they do. She's been Lynn's Warriors forever, right? She's been Lynn's Warriors since I don't know how long. She's been Lynn's Warriors. She's been the Warriors, the Warriors, the Warriors, the Warriors. I can't believe how many people are basically ripping her off, and now they're lawyers. I mean, warriors. It's like, what? Oh, I mean, blatant. I mean, you can't, copyright that, but have they no shame? Have they no shame? If you want to do me the biggest favor right now, you will take this down and you will go and you will sign up immediately for her Twitter account. I swear to God. When the numbers go up, they go right back down. Elon Musk, are you listening? Please, Lynn's Warriors, just go there, sign up, follow. She has the best stuff ever. Her information is so new. It's like weeks later you see it on conventional news. She scours it. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Just follow her right now. Just I ask you that, please follow her. You will learn so much. You will freak out if you know what's truly happening to our kids and our families and the like. All right, dear friends. Look, I love you. You have a great and a glorious day. Thank you so much. And to our dear friends, to Eric Thaddeus Walters, Amy Sindisic, and Silars, I guess. Thank you so much for your love and your concern and your being who you are. Have a great and a glorious day, my friends. And don't forget this. Remember these words, this valedictory, this denouement, this sayonara. The monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Da, da.